If you can understand your bank charges, you need to apply to join Mensa because it makes you a very special kind of individual. After doing 10 years of bank charges research, it's pretty clear to me that it ranks up there with trying to fathom out your cell phone bill and working out what your medical aid will actually pay for in a time of crisis. FNB recently released its pricing guide, leading to a storm erupting on Twitter. This is Tonight. I'm Bruce Whitfield, and tonight we find out if FNB customers really are getting less bang for their buck or if Capitec offers more. Joining me in Johannesburg, Joanne du Plessis, who's the head of pricing at FNB, and in Cape Town, Charles Nell, the head of corporate communications at Capitec. Joanne, let's start with you. Your new pricing review, everything is going up. It seems like this is open hunting season for FNB on its customers.
Thanks, Bruce. Our annual price review has been announced. Yes, we are reviewing our fees on the 1st of July. To say that everything is going up, not entirely accurate. We have in fact kept some of our pricing options unchanged. So notably the Gold Account Unlimited pricing option, that will remain unchanged at a flat fee of R100. And similarly our Smart Account Transmission Unlimited option also remaining unchanged for R49.
Is this a strategy to push people onto those packages?
Absolutely. As you know, FNB has been a forerunner in terms of ensuring that our customers take up our digital strategies. So we were the front runner in terms of introducing the unlimited option a number of years ago.
So it's forcing people out of branches, basically?
Absolutely, yes. In terms of also cost saving for them and maintaining the branch network, the infrastructure. To do that is very costly for us. So
why are there so many multitudes of pricing options when it comes to the banks? You guys are as complicated and as bad as Standard Bank, as Nedbank and as ABSA when it comes to complexity and the opaque nature of bank charges.
Okay, we've really made huge strides in terms of simplifying our options for customers. So we really have two basic options that we have out there. Our unlimited option, which is your bundle pricing, and we have our pay-as-you-use option. And it's really up to customers to choose what suits their lifestyles and their banking behaviour best. And recently we've introduced or we've repositioned our Easy account, which is the lowest cost banking in the country at R4.95.
Okay, is the lowest cost banking in the country is Charles Nell in Cape Town. FNB's thrown down the gauntlet to Capitec. You guys claim to have the cheapest banking. You're signing up more than 100,000 customers off the back of that promise. And Joanne du Plessis says that you're no longer the cheapest option. They are in terms of their Easy plan.
Well, Bruce, it's possible that they have cheaper prices with Easy Plan, but what Solidarity Report told us last year and the year before was that Easy Plan could not be compared with the Capitec offer because there were certain limitations in place. At that stage, you know, if you earned more than 100,000, you could not open an Easy Plan. That might have changed now. If that has changed, that's a good change then. Then there were a limitation, for instance, that you can only open this account at an Easy Plan branch. So it's not actually an FNB offer. You can't go to any other FNB. If that has changed, then that is also good. Because if you restrict accessibility, then it is actually just an offer to as a fighter brand, to basically fight then the competition, but it's not really something that's used in huge numbers.
Let's get Joanne to respond to that, Charles, if I may. So is there an income limit on who can apply for the account?
No, so that is one of the barriers that we've removed. So any FNB customer is now able to open up that account, and we've made it widely accessible across our entire FNB branch network.
So you're taking on Capitec?
We are positioning an account that is open to our entire FNB base, and if customers are very price sensitive and they want to make use of a low cost, no frills banking account, they don't have to go into an FNB Easy Plan branch and make use of that account. They're able to walk into any of our branches and open the account.
Charles, are you scared?
Yeah, well, obviously this is a new development, and it's good for the market to have competition. So do I understand right that they will close then the Easy Plan branches? No,
not closing the Easy Plan branches. They're simply making it available across the FNB network. Basically, they're taking you on a little bit like Shaka used to do with the horns of the bull. Yes. They're taking you on two fronts, Charles.
I understand that. Well, we are open to competition. We believe we have a very good offer in the market. As we say earlier, we're growing more than 100,000 clients per month. So we are very confident that our offer will stand the test of time.
Now, this is interesting, Jan, because I mean, this is an interesting opening gambit when it comes to taking on Capitec at their own game. Their game has been no frills, easy access, cheap banking, and that is precisely what you're taking on in that particular segment. And it's a segment which traditionally you have said has got an income limit on it, because what you guys do in the banking sector, and happens across all of the banks, is you say, oh, if you earn 500,000 Rand a month, then we're going to offer you this suite of products. It's lunacy. Yep. In terms of telling me whether I earn R1 million a month, 10 million Rand a month, or 100,000 Rand a month, how I should do my banking. Are you removing those barriers?
That's right. So, Bruce, sorry. We are actually just opening it up across the segment, and if a customer is wanting something that's simple, cheap, and affordable, if they are very price sensitive, absolutely able to take that up. We at FNB have always been open and transparent around different products to meet different needs, and it really depends on the product continuum.
But my salary doesn't dictate my banking needs. My banking behavior dictates my banking needs.
That's
Until
right.
now, you've almost forced me into an income bracket, and you've made that choice for me.
Look, in the past, even though FNB Easy account was only available in an FNB Easy plan branch, there was no restriction. If you approached us and said, look, I'd like to take this account up, we would gladly give you that offer. Similarly, we have other lower end products like our FNB Smart account, for example. There was nothing stopping a platinum type customer taking that product up.
Why does it, if you earn less than 100,000, or if you're in another income bracket earn less than 250,000, or maybe more than 500,000 Rand a year, it costs more if you earn more money to move a debit order than if you earn less money? It seems ridiculous. It's a digital transaction. No physical money moves. It is simply something that goes a ping in the ether. Why is there this discrimination when it comes to banking?
It really depends on the service model that the customer is looking for. So you have a high-end customer who is typically more needy in terms of the types of services that he demands from the bank.
When they want to charge for the services, why do you charge more for simple products?
So again, the service model, it determines the cost for us to provide that offer or that service to you. So typically a customer in the higher end would have perhaps larger value transactions, which would require more manual intervention or human decisioning behind making a decision. A customer on the lower end, typically smaller value debit orders, payments, and we would potentially, if there's no money in the account, we would unpay the payment. Whereas a higher end customer or someone who wants something a little bit more sophisticated, there's a team of people sitting behind the operation of that account, and we would actually phone you and say, look, you know, we notice there isn't enough money. So there's a lot more proactive management of the account that's involved.
Chanel, is this form of banking, is it going the way of the dinosaur in your opinion?
Well, I think, you know, when Capitec came to market, it actually changed the whole banking landscape. And what we're seeing here now with Easy Plan is that change is now starting to actually affect the traditional market or traditional banks. And we are happy to see that, because we believe the way that we do banking is the way that banking should be. So,
but if more people do banking the way you do banking, your business model comes under threat, doesn't it?
Well, then we'll just have to service our clients better, and that will become a major determining factor in terms of where a person bank. So yes, it's great to see that other banks are starting to follow our model, and we would be happy to see that implemented across the board. We have came to this market to change it, and that is what we're busy doing. A big difference between us and the rest is that we do not do income profiling. All clients get the same, pay the same. It's like a liter of petrol. You know, a rich person or a poor person pay the same price for that liter of petrol, and they get the same value out of that liter of petrol. So we do not differentiate. A debit order for a rich customer costs you then 16 Rand, and for a poor customer costs 3 Rand, around 3 Rand. So we give everybody the same service, the same good service, the same product, and we have that in all our branches across the country.
Is it the differentiation then that makes you stand out, that will keep your high net worth customers with you then, Joanne, as opposed to, I don't want to be treated like those people standing in the queue? Who are those people, to coin a Nedbank phrase? How does this shake out then in the market when it comes to pricing, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to customer retention? Because Capitec is doing something right. I bet my bottom dollar that you guys aren't signing up 100,000 new customers every month.
Well, to answer your question around how does it play out, it really, like I've mentioned to you before, it comes down to customer choice. So we have thousands of customers, or more than thousands of customers, who are benefiting today from not even paying a fee for debit orders. They're on an option which includes unlimited debit orders, unlimited electronic transactions. And that really speaks to our move away from traditional models into digital banking, taking up of things like our smart device offerings. So we've got various options out there for customers to choose. We have hundreds of thousands of customers today paying the R3.20 on it for a debit order that's similar to Capitec on their Global One account. So again, it really depends on what you as a customer want from your bank. And we're very open and transparent.
Are you going to stem the flow of new customers to Capitec?
We're certainly going to give it our best shot.
Have they got a chance, Charles? I mean, has the rest of the banking sector got a fighting chance? At one stage, you were stealing customers mostly from ABSA. My latest research showed that, but I'm sure you took some from FNB, Standard Bank and Nedbank as well. Are you concerned that when the traditional banks bring your own strategies onto the battlefield and confront you with those, that you will see a slowdown in customer acquisition?
I'm sure that the competitive set will increase. And as the economy, the pressure from the economic side, we will see change as we proceed and as the competitive set change. We have expected it and we've planned for that. And we run a bank at a very, very competitive cost structure. So we are ready for the battle.
Charles Nel in Cape Town, thank you very much. He's Head of Corporate Affairs at Capitec. And Joanne du Plessis, the Head of Pricing at FNB. It's a fascinating battleground that is erupting in South Africa. A decade ago, it was easy to tell the good guys from the bad guys. Nowadays, it becomes a little bit more complicated. The strategies are complicated. And ultimately, it's less about actually what the banking costs in some respects. And it comes down to more what you're prepared to pay for in terms of a service offering. If you're prepared to go no frills, it doesn't have to cost you very much at all. But the moment you want some human interaction, you're going to start paying for it. Thanks for watching. Until tomorrow night, have a very good evening. Bye-bye.